Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem. And today the 3 prompts are modeling paste, which is what I have in this jar. I have it in a much bigger container, but I keep it in this jar handy on my desk all the time. And modeling paste, and what else do we need? Oh, sprays. And I've got a couple gloss media sprays, this magenta pink and this white, and I'm not going to be happy with this color as it is. It's kind of a Pepto-Bismol pink, so I'm going to try to lighten it with the white and maybe change the tone of it by adding a little bit of this Distress Oxide worn lipstick. So we'll see what that happens. I'm not going to spray directly on my paper. I'm going to spray onto this acetate sheet and then use this packaging to apply. And my idea is, and the third element is flowers, and you know that's not a problem for me. I'm going to use this photo of me and John. It was taken in 2020, I believe, Mother's Day. And James found a restaurant that would that seated people several tables apart so that we could have our own part. And it was a restaurant that he knew from business lunches, so he knew the manager and trusted, you know, what they do. So we felt comfortable going out. We were the only people in the restaurant at the time. And it's not a particularly, this is after the restaurant. We went to an ice cream place across the way from it, and we had kind of walked all around. It was a really beautiful area. And we were standing in the ice cream place, and James or Katie decided to take a photo of us. And it's not a great photo. You know, it was COVID times, and John needed a haircut and hadn't been able to have his beard trimmed, and we're wearing masks, but you can tell by the looks in our eyes that we had smiles underneath those masks, and it was a nice outing. It was an absolutely fabulous meal, and we were all together, and I don't know. It was just a happy day. And I hadn't seen this photo before. It came up in one of James's Facebook posts. And you can kind of tell from this, my hair was a lot shorter than it is now. It was just growing out from when I had shaved it when Ava lost all of her hair. And so it was kind of short. I'm wearing this, never mind, I won't tell you about the dress I'm wearing. I don't know, I just like it. I like the photo. You can kind of tell here how much shorter I am than John. So, I don't know, it was just a nice memory. It was something that made me smile, and that was nice. Okay, so I'm going to push my texture paste through this stencil. This is a stencil from Scrapping Reflections, and I fell in love with it. I've used it a few times before, and probably always the same. I probably always do it on this side so that I can put my photo here and my cluster kind of here in the empty space. But what I want to do this time is I want to do some packaging around the area where the hearts are going to be, and let them kind of form a heart shape. And then I want to do the stenciling in white texture paste on top. So we'll see how that works out. So right here, I'm seeing that the hearts go pretty much all the way to the edge here and here. and they kind of dips at the top and spreads out. So I'm gonna try to mimic that with not texture paste, but the sprays, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is spray the pink down, and then I'm gonna spray the white down. Spray it kind of all around and let the pink flow into it. And then I'm gonna add just a drop or two of this. And I won't get a complete, I'm not going for a complete solid color, all the same color. I'm going for kind of variations when I put the paper down, and I'm gonna try to do it in a way that I don't get that straight line. Kind of go like that. And it's not as light as I want it to be, but when I do the white hearts, I'm not liking that at all. This isn't this isn't behaving like most of the packaging I've ever used before. This is a little bit, I don't want to, it's not as pliable and moldable, malleable, I guess you would call that. Okay, so I'm gonna just leave it like this, and I'm gonna say that I don't mind the kind of straight lines because that's gonna be in contrast, nice contrast to the organic lines of the modeling paste, the stencil through the modeling paste, or the modeling paste through the stencil, however that goes. So now I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna care. In fact, I'm gonna kind of enjoy that that's not dry yet, because some of it may soak up into the modeling paste. And I'm going to try to get all the hearts covered. And because we're working, the photo cluster is going to be down here in the open part where there isn't anything wet, I'm not going to have to let it dry, I don't think. Some inks, I know the Diane Reevely Dilutions inks will soak up into the texture paste. And I'm not seeing that here. I think Distress Oxides also, or any of the Distress inks. I'm not going to cover those two hearts because that's where my photos and flowers are going to be, or photo and flowers. I'm kind of looking forward to getting the texture paste through these big hearts. Now, I did pick up some of the pink, and it got into my white texture paste. And that's okay. I'm just about out of this jar, and it's time to wash the jar and refill it. There are quite a few hearts I didn't get up here. Let me get this there. With the big ones, I kind of want them to be smooth, so I'm trying to be careful. A lot of times I don't care if I've left something of a crease or a seam or something in them, but for this one I'd kind of like it to be nice. Okay, I think I've got what I wanted to get. And so that's what we have left. I can't say that's what I expected. It's, the pink is still a lot brighter than I thought. And my stencil has kind of picked up some of the ink down there, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna just keep on trucking. Let me close that up, and now let's see what we're gonna do. I have this film strip looking thing that I'm gonna use off the side, kind of inserted under the photo, and I'm going to build the flower cluster around that. So the photo is going to go right here, and that can go at a different angle. So we do that and that. This is good. I'm going to put a little foam behind it. Because I don't want it flat on the paper. All right. What I could do to kind of tone that pink down, we'll see once I bring the flowers over. The flowers are on vellum, and so they're kind of toned down just by virtue of that. They weren't a really bright pink to begin with. Okay, so I'm going to do this right here, and then I'll just place the photo at an angle that works with that. That's okay there. I'm going to maybe bring it down a bit. And I'm going to put some tape over on one side of it to make up for it being raised up on this tape. Okay, and that puts it almost parallel, and if it is going to be parallel, I want it to actually be parallel with the bottom. Okay, now I have this sunflower, and it's going to be the only touch of any other color besides the pink and green here. I'm gonna put it right there. And that's a sunflower because that's John's favorite flower. And as another nod to John, I'm gonna use this tiny little penguin sticker. And I'm gonna put it right there, kind of overlapping the sunflower. Just a silly little thing. Now the flowers I have are these. They were stuck strangely, and they came apart when I kind of pulled them off the backing. And so I'm going to kind of place them around. I'm going to go ahead and do this one kind of that way. And we'll see. That pink isn't too bad. I've got this other one. I actually had to fussy cut some of these off the backing. And so I've got the backing still on the back of the flower. So I'm gonna do this one maybe right there, kind of under my little ladder there. There's one group of the flowers that are in a vase, and I thought that was kind of cute. So I thought maybe I'd try to work that into the scene. Like so. And if I don't like it, that's too bad because it's there. I learned from trying to get these out of the packaging that's in there. And I'm going to put this one maybe kind of up there, and maybe have my little I'm going to put that on some foam. And I'm going to leave the backing on because I don't want the change in background. I don't want that green background it's going to be over part of it. I don't want that to show. Actually, I need another little piece of foam. Just on this top part. Okay, there. And I have a couple more flowers that are along this stem. And they could maybe go here. That might not be exactly how I might have wanted that to look, but once it's down, it's down. And then there's this little tiny butterfly that came with that sticker set. And let's see where I might want it. Let's go there. I think this was our first and maybe close to only restaurant outing during the heavy part of COVID. We didn't have lockdowns per se here the same way that they were enforced all over the rest of the world. But a lot of people did pay attention to and used care and caution. I have some leaves that I wanted to use to kind of bring out the, repeat this green. And I thought I might do some here, maybe even layer them over that and introduce a different kind of green. I kind of like this one. These are also vellum, so they're going to show through. And this, you kind of have to peel the backing away to get to the sticker. Gosh, it's very strange. Then you can't get to the sticker and the sticker wants to tear. Okay, let's try that. And then if I can get something that's similar to that, maybe this one. To be honest, I'm not really, I'm liking the mixed media. I'm not necessarily liking these, the florals and the stickers. Because they're vellum, I have this idea that they can't be, popped up with foam, and I am used to being able to do that. Let me try this one over here, and then I think we're going to be done. And I'm going to try to layer it underneath. Well, that's not going to happen. Let's do it right there. Maybe I want something else right there, and it needs to be turning a certain way. Maybe like that. Well, I need to find it on this sheet because I've already got the backing torn up. Okay, here we go. And this one has the kind of bluish green that we're seeing in that frame. So let me get this under here, and I'll put it up on the foam that's behind the photo. Okay, that is fine with me. I've certainly met the criteria for this week, and I don't hate it. I wish I hadn't done that, but there is absolutely nothing that I can do about it now. Well, I say that. Let me get a little bit of water and a paintbrush. Whoops, the paintbrush has yellow in it. I don't want yellow. Can't believe I didn't clean that paintbrush. Or maybe you can believe it. It always surprises me that I hadn't done that. Let's see if that, I think that's just making it worse because it's kind of adding a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to go all around and add some yellow. I don't know that that's helping at all. That I don't like any of that. So, what to do? If I can find some other hearts or butterflies, in my embellishments that are here on top of the table. That has a heart and it has a little cup with a heart, but that's not the kind of thing I would have flying around. Let's see what we have here. Those are going to be the wrong color. Let me see if I can pull any of these puffy pieces. I've got this plumeria that could go there, and I've got a couple plumerias that could maybe go. I could lift this up and that could go there just to add the plumerias into the composition there. Here's a large one that could maybe go down here. Let me pick this up and try to scooch it in. There. And I'm just going to add little hearts around on those areas that got messed up. Here's one right here, and I'm going to add this one right there. I'm going to stick with the green and the pinks and the neutrals. I'll do one right there. And I have one more green one here. I actually have two more green ones. I'm going to go, let's see. I may want to change, nope, that's there. That's pretty much there. So I may do these right there. Okay. And I have one more green heart. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. So, I think now I'm done. The blotchiness from the stencil picking up the ink has somewhat been covered, and I think we're in good shape. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Friday for Mixed Media Mayhem. Bye.